across that seam kind of far, and it's going pretty fast, and all of a sudden you see this big shape, like pull, and you're like, what? And then it's right, like just off, like right about, you know, when your swing just kind of slows like this. As soon as it slows, you're just watching this. Yeah. But don't do it a ton, because like a lot of times by the time it swings in and you eat, I think you spook them. Dig his head into the grain.
Mike Boyd is a lucky man, and he knows it. Mike is a fly fishing guide on one of the most unique and spectacular rivers in the United States, the Deschutes. Unique because unlike so many other well-known high-quality rivers, the Deschutes doubles down. Hello steelheading, hello trout. While the trout fishing on the Deschutes is great, I think that most of the true die-hard characters that haunt the D are steelheaders. Either way, with jaw-dropping scenery around every corner, any man standing in the Deschutes is a lucky man. I think that part of the lure of steelheading is not catching the numbers or necessarily even the size of fish. It's that individual fish that eats your fly, and maybe even the only one all day, but still for some reason, you don't care.
But his head was going, when he popped, his head was going this way, which you would have had him in this side of the mouth. His head was going this way. As he lifted it, just as he pulled, because he turned this way on his cartwheel, and you could just watch him like he got the right angle, pop, and he was still underwater like this, and then he just took off.
And that's kind of the thing with steelhead. Even just a fish grab that does not stick gets talked about and pondered and analyzed over and over again until the next fish climbs onto your fly, if you are so lucky. When swinging flies for steelhead, your entire perception of a successful day is rearranged. You learn to notice, adore, and appreciate the warm sun on your back on a sharp November day. Your eyes watch and anticipate drifting shade lines on a hot summer morning and evening. Just a forecast of low pressure, thick clouds, light rain gets hearts pounding and phones ringing among buddies. Fishless days spent pursuing these fish of 1,000 casts are always chalked up to paying dues, putting in time, or casting practice, and somehow just become powerful motivation to go again, and soon. The actual fish, albeit the focus of the trip, simply becomes a component of the sum, which is by far greater than the parts.
Like just off, like right about when your swing just kind of slowed like this. Right. As soon as it slowed, just walking. second. That's not a good sign. Keep throwing lead in the air. There's hope, boys.
And yet another attraction to steelheading is the cast. Whether a beginner or a veteran expert, there is a special satisfaction with long casts, whatever long is to you. And often, but not always, there are those runs on the D where delivering every possible foot of line is going to reach out to an extra boulder or bucket out there. Where a few savvy guys know a fish always holds. And picking up a two-handed rod and learning those fancy roll casts and spay casts, or if you don't know how yet, experiencing the giving reward of a properly loaded rod or double-hauled line for the first time is pay dirt to the fly fisherman who's realizing that many days of his future are going to be spent standing in a river facing downstream.
You want a rinser? Oh shit.